With markets at its all-time high and the recession news flooding over the news day by day. Are the markets going to crash in 2024? Let's learn in this video. So, in this video, we'll be talking about the technical analysis of the Nifty 50 as of now, and we'll check if the market is going to crash or not. We'll then check if the market is overvalued or not in the both respects, short term as well as long term, and then we'll come to a conclusion that if the market is going to crash, and will there be a simple consolidation or there can be a deep correction. So first, let's start with the technical analysis of the market. So this is the Nifty 50 chart that we are going to have a look. And the technical analysis says that this particular pattern is the cup with the handle. So the maximum of this is going to be somewhere here, which is around 20k, and the minimum is around 16k. So basically the midpoint of this will be around 17.5k, and there can be a possibility that the market can go down from here to here, which is around 22% decline. So this particular pattern is called a cups with handle, I believe, and the technical analysis shows that there can be a crash which of around 22%, and the stock market, like the Nifty 50, can go up to 17,500 or like 17,500. Now let's talk about, is the market overvalued? So in this we'll talk about both the short term and the long term prospects. Now you can see that the markets are at all-time high in the month of December, but this is a common phenomena across all the years, because if we see this particular graph here, we can see that in the month of December the markets are generally higher as compared to the whole year. So this is called a Santa Claus rally, which basically means that at this particular time all the hedge fund managers, the fund managers, all these people sell their stocks and go on for holidays, just for emergencies if they need some kind of cash. Because of this, there is not much volatility in the markets and people are buying during the holiday seasons. Because of this, most of the time in the month of December, this is the holiday season and the markets are overvalued, as compared to the other months of the year. Next, let's talk about the long-term prospects. Now, if we see the graph of here Nifty 50 and the CAGR, compounded annual growth rate of Nifty, is approximately 12.5%, but according to now the CAGR comes out to be around 11 and 11.5%, which is quite contradictory, but the stock market is undervalued if we check the long-term prospects, like from the beginning of the Nifty 50 till now. So there can be a possibility that in this year, in the upcoming year 2024, the markets are going to rise quite a little bit, maybe 6,000 points. But as of now, if we talk about the long-term prospects, the stock market is as of now undervalued. Now there can be a consolidation, as we checked from the technical analysis, the cup and the handle pattern, but when this consolidation is going to happen, that nobody knows, because we cannot predict the markets. It can be possible that the market can go upwards for a couple of months and then there can be consolidation, but as of now no one can predict if the market is going to go up or down in the upcoming months. So the thing is, should we stop buying or not? So as of now, we can continue our SIPs if you're investing, but we can wait for the consolidation, and when the consolidation happens, we can spend a lot more compared to the SIPs, and we can buy a lot more shares at that time to get more growth. Now let's talk about if the market is going to crash or not. Now, market crash depends on various factors, like there can be a deep correction or mere consolidation or a correction. Basically, a consolidation is when the market goes around 20%, and a deep correction is when market goes more than 25% down. Now, the consolidation may happen once, like one I told you earlier, the technical analysis shows us, but if we see fundamentally if it is going to happen. So consolidation may happen because of two factors which are going to occur in this particular year. First is going to be elections. Now it is not quite sure that because of election there can be a consolidation or there can be like rise in the stock market, but this can be one factor behind the consolidations in the market. So interest rates cutting is going on as of now in United States, and this can be a reason that we can see a little bit of correction in Indian market Nifty 50. Now let's talk about a deep correction, which is a recession in which the markets goes down more than 20-25%, and deep corrections happens because of fundamentally because of two main reasons. First is going to be there is some fundamental crisis. For example, if we check the 2008 financial crisis, like for example 2008 financial crisis or the 2000.com bubble. Now in this there were bubble which got burst, like in the 2000 the internet bubble where the tech stocks were highly valued, and in the 2008 when the housing market crashed in the US. These are the fundamental crises which can happen, which can cause a deep correction in market, or in simple terms a recession may happen. And the second term is some situation specific. So for example, in this 2020 COVID crisis, we can take an example. So in 2020, stock market crashed more than 20-25% because of that situation. So in this case, there can be a possibility because the COVID cases are rising currently in Kerala and other states. So there can be a possibility that because of the COVID cases, again there can be a recession. But predicting the recession as of now is, I don't think anyone can predict for sure if it is going to be a recession in this year or not. But only thing is we can analyze the fundamental aspects and the technical aspects. So with the technical aspects, as we have seen, there can be a possibility, and fundamentally I've discussed the whole the reasons which I believe there can be a correction or not. But in the long term, if we see if the market is going to go down or up, I believe it is currently undervalued, and in the upcoming year in 2024 it is going to go up if we don't just talk about some short term like 3-6 months tenure, but more than a year. Now in this case, so the main question is what we can do with our investments. So my suggestion would be to continue with the SIPs that you currently have, and the main point is to have some extra cash for the consolidation that might happen because of the reasons that we have talked in the video. When the correction has happened, at that time you can buy some stocks for cheaper value, like the stocks or the mutual funds that you are currently invested in, or the ETFs. You can buy them like this, and this would be my advice or my point of view of the markets as of today. Thank you for watching. This is all for today. Let's meet in the other video where we will be discussing about what are the main sectors which I believe is going to go up in the upcoming year, and in which kind of stocks you should buy more stake to get more profits.